Cody Bach here with Jonas, and we are on the first episode of Fika with Jonas. And what exactly does Fika mean, Jonas?
Fika is kind of like, I guess, a Swedish word for a coffee break, and where people usually have a fika, they sit down, drink some coffee, and
Have some light conversation.
have a conversation. Yes.
Okay, awesome. So Jonas, tell us something a little bit about yourself.
So I'm 43. I moved over here when I was to the States when I was 18. Left my mom and dad behind at home in Sweden, and my two brothers, a younger brother Henrik and an older brother Morten. Morten's married to Nico, and they got two kids, Oscar and Emma, and they're all still living back in Sweden.
Wow, quite a journey, huh?
Yep. So it's quite a trip.
Yeah. So tell us, your wife, Christine, how did you meet? How is she like a part of Team JC?
So that's kind of interesting. We kind of met where people don't really meet. We met at Harrisburg at the yearling sale. I was there looking at horses, and she was there selling horses with her mom at Millstream Farm.
And Millstream Farm, is that something that she does as well, or?
So yeah, that's what her and her mom has a farm together, and then now we actually have a farm here in Jersey too, where she runs Millstream Farm with all the broodmare operation, and she also runs the Facebook and all social media for Team JC,
and all
and she does the books for Team JC, and so she's pretty busy.
Yeah. So with this busy life in the world of harness racing, how do you balance sort of your personal life with your business life?
For me, it's kind of like a tough thing because it's not really a business or a job, it's a lifestyle.
Okay.
So you kind of constantly
Yeah,
working,
you're kind of
constant,
going back and forth,
constantly at it. So like it's tough to separate the two.
They're all kind of conjoined.
They're kind of all conjoined together and everything, and it's like you just have to be ready for when the phone call comes at 4 o'clock in the morning. There's a sick horse, or 10 o'clock at night you have to go back to the barn. So it's kind of just roll into one. So, but as long as you love what you do, that's what it's all about.
100%. So who is your greatest influence growing up?
That was my dad. Very good horseman. He's not a horse trainer, but a very good horseman. Taught me a lot about horses and how to act and be around horses and everything. So he kind of helped me a lot getting started.
So how did you sort of get involved in horse racing? I'm guessing that was a big part of your father.
Yeah,
right?
so a big part of with my father, and like we had ponies at home, so we were actually racing ponies when I was a kid. So I drove my first race when I was 7. In a pony race with little Shetland ponies. So it's horses and racing has kind of always been there. So that's kind of how I got started with it.
7 years old. That's pretty. That's a young start.
That's pretty amazing.
It is. So when you moved to the States, was it difficult to find yourself in a new country with no one like you really knew, or?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I went over here. There was a friend of my parents that was here, and I started to work for Don Swick. So I went to the trotting center down in Florida, and I mean it was tough because you were cut off from family. Like I mean, they were 13 hours away with a plane, so it wasn't like you could just couldn't just call and ask like, hey, how do I do this? Or I mean, you could, but you couldn't get any help.
Cost extra money.
Yeah, you couldn't get any help for doing anything, so you just kind of had to figure it out on your own.
Okay. Now, was it also tough? Did you know English at the time, or?
We had English in school, but I mean, like it was, you have to kind of. Not really learn over, but like new words and everything like that, and start picking it up and like trying to get into more what the American English was other than the English that you learn in school.
So did you always know you eventually wanted to have your own stable and like start your own stable and all?
Yeah, both yes and no. I mean, like I've always knew I was gonna have horses, that I was gonna be a trainer. That I was hoping for. That was my goal. So, but then I was working for Per Eriksson, and he decided on moving back to Sweden. So I had an opportunity to go home with him, but I got the chance of talk to a few of the owners that he had, and they wanted to stay with me over here. So I started my own business that way, and we
Yeah.
started out with 7 horses.
Yeah, took the opportunity and
Took
just
the
went with it.
opportunity and just went with
Yeah.
it.
So how did you come about like naming your stable T&JC, and how did you come up with your stable colors?
So with the last name of Sarnason, that's kind of make it tough for people to say.
Yeah.
So I figure I needed to have a different stable name. So it's my initials, it's my stable name. So and
rings really well. And
yeah,
fits
and you
well.
always need a team behind you. It doesn't matter like how good you are yourself if you don't have the power behind you with grooms and second trainers and wife to run the business and everything. So I mean that's you always need a team of people to get everything done.
Yeah. And then your colors, the blue and black.
First colors were red, white, and black, and I kind of wanted something
A little bit
totally
more.
different there,
Yeah.
so that's why I went with a black and blue.
Okay. So lay out a typical Jonas Sunesson day.
So I mean, I get up in the winter time. I get up at about 6 o'clock every morning, come downstairs, have my coffee, let the dogs out, and get in the truck and drive over
to the stable.
Head to the stable, and then when I get there in the morning, I check emails and make sure everything is okay. Go and make sure all the help is there and everybody's ready to go, and then sit down in the office, talk to Jeremy, my second trainer, so we go over what's gonna happen through the day, and
Yeah.
then at 7:30 now in the winter time we get started on the track, and then after we jog a couple, when the track gets a little warmer outside, we start training, and then after we're done training, we start going through what needs to be done, like if we have anything to flex, or if we have anything we need to go over, or fix a jog cart wheel, or anything that needs to be done.
Anything that's left.
It's done in the afternoon, and then usually I'm home about 3 o'clock, and then I get out here on the farm and I do stuff, and if Christine needs help feeding, I go out to feed, or I mess around and fix stuff here at home.
Sounds like a not too shabby day.
Nope, so
especially when you do what you love. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it's pretty good.
So Jonas, did you ever want to become a driver, or have you ever been a driver?
Driven a few races. Do I want to become a driver? When I was younger, yeah, I wanted to be a driver and everything, but then I got my own stable, and I saw how much work that went into training horses and everything, and that's when I kind of gave up on wanting to be a driver. I let the professional drivers drive the drives 10, 15 races a day, and
the horses
then I create
exactly.
So then I create the product for them instead.
Exactly. Yep. So who is your favorite Swedish trainer?
I guess I shouldn't say it, but it's actually Per Eriksson. He was one of my mentors that I worked for a long time. So I got a lot to thank him for where I'm at today.
Will you ever train a pacer? Because I know you have all trotters, so.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some pacers through the years, and I mean, I would have no problems training a pacer, but it's the way it's set up right now. Most of our owners want to have trotters, and
if they come, they come, and
if they come, they come. I mean, I know how to train a pacer, so I mean, that's I think we'd be okay with that too.
Yep. So, do you ever ride horses for fun?
I do when we get time, and time is not coming
Yeah,
around
it
that
doesn't come
often.
very often,
But
yeah.
we do have 2 quarter horses here at home, and then we got old Hotshot Blue Ship is here, and he's broke to saddle. So I mean, we have horses we can ride if
if you would like to.
when I get time and everything. So it's we try to do it every now and then.
Yeah. So, what would be something that you, or some advice that you give to someone who wants to become a trainer in the future, or is hoping to become a trainer?
I guess one big advice is don't go out and start buying and getting T-shirts and hats and spending a lot of money on just kind of don't go out, try to buy used equipment and start out with getting the horsepower, and then things would come along. I mean,
they'll just keep flowing to you once you
don't think you're gonna start out on top, and
you have to earn.
You have to earn your position, and that comes with when your horses start racing and everything like that. So I would definitely say start out careful.
And what is one of the hardest things you had to overcome to become like a trainer?
One thing there that's still kind of hard, and it's like when you have to make the phone call to an owner or telling an owner that I'm sorry, but I don't think your horse is good enough for what you're looking for, or I don't think your horse is gonna make it. I still think that's
very
one of the
tough,
hardest thing to do, because it goes so fast when they're training good and everything, and then you start racing and things just ain't falling into places, and there you go.
All right, that's it for the first episode of Fika with Jonas. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Cody.
If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments below or on the Facebook page of Team JC Stable. See you later.